Pleasant morning, everyone. Today I'll be discussing to you the globalization as cultural process. But we will not dig deeper in that topic. I will just give you what is global cultural process. Global cultural process includes all procedures through which people transform the world as it is into their own. This includes all specific norms and rules, values and ideas, information and knowledge as presented, exchanged, appropriated, altered, and generated again within communication process. And we have five conceptual dimensions or landscapes that are constituted by global cultural flows. But before anything else, who do you think is the person behind that escapes theory? He is Aljun Abadori. He is known as a cultural theorist and anthropologist. Global cultural flows pertains to the involvement of the flow of people, artifacts, artifacts, and ideas across natural boundaries as a result of globalization. So, global cultural flows is the result of globalization. And the five conceptual dimensions that are constituted by global cultural flows are, are first, the ethnoscapes, second is the technoscapes, third is the financescapes, fourth is the mediascapes, and the fifth one is the idioscapes. Let's start with ethnoscapes. Ethnoscapes refers to the flow of people across boundaries. So, flow of people across boundaries pertains to the people who are traveling from one country or from one state to another. They are the people who travel, or I say travel across the world, across the globe. They are the leisure traveler, labor migrants, and refugees move for a variety of reasons, including necessity or the pursuit of better opportunities for themselves and their families. It is also the landscape of persons who constitute the shifting world in which we actually live. The best example of these are the tourists, immigrants, refugees, exiles, guest workers, and other moving groups and individuals. It also includes here the OFWs. The second one is the technoscapes. From the word itself, techno, which means technology. Technoscapes simply refers to the flows of technology worldwide, refers to the global organization and movement of various types of technology across international borders. This area is dedicated to the technology that we all utilize. This kind of technology has two major forms. The first one is the mechanical technology, which was existed throughout our human history. This technology rooted to its physical form such as the machineries, gadgets, cars, and more. The second one is also pertains to informational technology that that can be seen in our society as well. That involves the virtual technology like the telecommunications and software. iPhone is the example of this is the Apple's iPhone. It is how cross-border technology mobility may have a significant impact on people all throughout the commodity chains in day-to-day lives. The third one is the financescapes. It refers to the flow of money across political borders. It is the numerous forms of capital as well as its movement around the world for diverse objectives. As we live in the modern time, countries nowadays are free and in good terms to exchange goods. So, countries to countries are already free to exchange goods. One of these example is R, cash or electronic equivalents, such as bank transfers via stock exchange, currencies via currency exchanges, commodities via commodity markets, and in today's times, decentralized virtual currencies like as Bitcoin via peer-to-peer processes as well as exchanges. Next, we'll proceed to mediascapes. From the word itself, media, it refers to the flow of media across borders. As we all know, in today's society, without media, we can do not less, we can do less rather. It refers to the dissemination of electronic technologies, entities, or capacities that generate as well as disseminate information. Regardless of regional boundaries, media is significantly more simply and quickly shared. Looking back at our past people takes a longer time or it takes some time to reach for entertainment and educational content and to travel from one place to another. From the old medium of communication, from telegraph to telephone and now the internet. As we all know, internet plays a very important role in our society, in our life, and even to the world. As we all know, internet connects people across the globe regardless of how far or how near the person or the country is, despite its distance. And the best example of mediascapes are the newspapers, radio, cable news, Netflix, movie studios, and YouTube. And the last one is the idioscapes. Simply, idioscapes refer to the global flows of ideas. It pertains to the combination of images and the resultant ideas expressed therein, often used for political purposes. The thoughts and visual behind democracy, welfare, and human rights is the best example of educapes. So, in other words, educapes is the idea that people have an exchange throughout throughout the globe. It is an idea that has a person in one place to another. Those are all for today, and thank you for listening.